You're listening to Wanna Coffee with Kai Alicia.
And Adriana.
Talking
Random.
sensible
shit.
How's your mental health?
Oh, it's there.
Right?
I'd like to say it's good, but I would be lying if I wouldn't say that. It's in these times. It's a battle to have mental health. So I think everyone is having ups and downs, and we are just fighting collectively to, making through it.
Yeah.
Making through these times. How's yours?
Definitely. I definitely agree with that. I'm on the same. Up and down. It's just, it's sort of been this like weird roller coaster. But I will say, like, I just can empathize with some people who are more prone, for example, to things like depression and things just because of their personalities, Yeah. How do you preserve and protect your sanity? How do you, especially during times of crisis, and obviously not just talking about COVID-19 or what's happening in America or in other places where it comes to social and civil rights, but even things like, you lose your job, you get diagnosed with an illness. That's still a crisis, a huge crisis in your life, and directly affects you in most cases, excuse me. And I think for a lot of people, sometimes COVID is a little bit more at a distance, or like social and civil unrest and things like that is a bit more of a distance. But we do have things that affect us all. It's important to establish the things that help us kind of preserve it.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you can say that what's going on in the world, globally, that's more than enough. That these are tough times and also triggering times. People that could have been, okay before, sometimes they just see that the world has changed for good. We can all agree on that. So, those are things that perhaps that person was doing okay, but now it's like it is struggling. Or for example, how do you say it? Latin America, counting COVID and all that. Maybe we haven't been that active into the civil rights situation in the States, but we feel it definitely, and we canalize it into around social matters that we have there. And yes, like everything, besides all these two main topics, like life keeps happening, and good and bad. Bad didn't stop. Everyday bad didn't stop, and everyday good, luckily, didn't stop. So yes, how do you preserve your mental health? That's a good one, because I will say it depends on the situation. I think in this time, is it like what I'm doing is preventive. You have to learn to be resilient and for each challenge that life throws at you. But if you see that is something that you're holding it there, you have to think, okay, what can I do to make this easier? Preparing for that has to be, social tactics like keeping in touch with your family, with your friends, acknowledging what is that you struggle the most. So I think that in these times you have to do a lot of soul searching and investigating, and to say, hey, this is what I struggle the most with, and this should be the solution of the past or the path that I should follow to address that, and keep going. What about you?
Yeah, that's a good one. Talking to the family. I need to do more of that. I've been just spinning the wheels a lot. I used to talk to my family a bit more, but I should talk to them more, because I know that especially during this time, it's really important for me and for them. And whenever I do get a chance to talk to them, it always feels so great. But I guess some things that I do, I try and establish routines, prepare for them the night before, and have some kind of thing where I'm like, okay, this is what I have to do this time, and I just like look at it as like a goal charting thing, and that helps me feel good about the days and the day coming, and look forward to it. And I get excited about it, even if it's like doing mundane things like, oh, don't forget to go check the mail.
Yeah. Like this kind of things is that all in all makes life. What does entitle, okay, to check the mail? Like it's something so mundane, but you have to check and appreciate that means that you have a house. Yeah, that you have something to look forward to. Maybe you got something like something online that you bought something, or you just getting your bank statement. That means that,
money.
I have money.
Yeah,
I have money, or something is going on in my life. So people, and I think myself, I used to see those small things like they don't have any value to me. Small stuff that will happen and just like get out of the way, but because you're pursuing something bigger. But life is made of small things.
That's such a good point. I'm definitely going to think differently about checking the mail now.
The mail, yes.
I do have a tendency to get excited though about checking the mail, because I like
cool.
always am ordering weird stuff from China. Always I'm like, ooh, that's a cool comb. I'll try that. But yeah, I do. Yeah, little gifts in the mail. So yeah, I try to. That's a good point. Life is made out of small moments, and you're not really guaranteed the next moment.
Yeah.
So you might as well
enjoy.
Yeah, that moment, It's the little things. It's the moments in life which sort of take our breath away, or should take our breath away. And we overlook them. I've tried to also do stuff for myself. I decided like once a month at least to like make this face mask for myself, because I feel like I'm doing something good
pampering.
for me.
Yeah, giving some caring, some love. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I make it at home, but like, it's made out of food I eat, but still, it's a good feeling, just to kind of do that and spend time putting it on my face. It sort of feels a little bit therapeutic and mindless, and feels good.
Yeah. Oh, now that you say mindless things, they're so important. I wish that we wouldn't be like that. Like we have this mindset that everything has to be purposeful 24/7, but that's not sustainable. You have to be mindless. You have to let your psyche, your mind take a break and say, hey, rest.
Yeah.
You cannot be on 24/7. So having this really beautiful mindless moments, like you say, I'm just not like, well, the mask is good for your skin and all that, but yes, mindless to, okay, I'm chopping whatever I'm mixing, I'm adding this, I'm adding that. You're not thinking about, oh yeah, this is because I have vitamin D, I need it for blah 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 blah. You're just mixing and enjoying the moment. It's like, and then you're like putting it on.
Painting it on.
Yes, that's something like that's enjoyable, and that brings a break to your everyday life. I would say
it's true.
I like doing stuff like that, a little bit of skincare, or perhaps what I'm doing now is I have this doodle challenge. It's something that I have a purpose of, find something fun to do. So doodle challenge, and they just tell you, okay, you have to doodle this day. I was like, okay, and it's everyday stuff, like you have to doodle what you ate last. Like, okay, I'm going to doodle
Oh my
the
God.
task, the stir fry. Like, okay, my glass of water, good. Anyways, like,
That's so cool.
and it's so mindless. Like they just tell you what to do, and you're just enjoying it because you're creating something. But at the same time, it doesn't matter
what the outcome is.
Yes, because you're just doing something, and at the end you feel accomplished because it's like, yeah, just stir fried looks good.
Yeah,
no,
that's really cool. Ooh, I'd love to do something. That sounds fun.
Yeah, it's really fun,
Mm-hmm.
and you could do it like, you know, you're fun because you're just like doodling, or you have your notebook or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we can agree on, you know, mindless.
Yeah, God, I had this coach who I referred to a while ago who said that the best kind of self-care that you can give yourself is rest. And not even the best. It's like the greatest. The greatest, the most loveliest, the most kindest, I think she said, self-care you can give yourself is rest. As in rest meaning sleep. And I never get sleep. And I know that, like, it's not really a practice of mine. Like, I've been working on it, being diligent about, like, I need to go to sleep. So I have to say things to myself like, I deserve to sleep. I deserve to rest. It feels good in my bed.
Yes.
The covers are warm. I feel protected. I'm falling into the bed. It feels so nice in here. I feel so grateful to be in the bed. You know, for me to want to give myself a break, you know. But that's another thing. Rest, sleep is mindless. You get to shut off. And naps.
Oh, naps are the best.
Taking a nap.
Oh, God.
30-minute, 10-minute nap. That's the ultimate break, you know? Yeah. I wish we had them in our culture. Like, there's another culture who is it the Italians?
Oh, the Spanish. They're the ones that take naps. And yeah, they're stop. They can continue, like, to stop for 2 hours in the middle of the day, and then they go back to what they have to do, and they go to bed later at night, and
boom.
It's like, oh, yeah, that's true.
That's really cool. That's so cool.
Yeah, because thank God I never had that problem. Like, could be like I'm a sleepyhead, but I cannot imagine how people who suffers from insomnia feel, because, oh God, when I have full all-nighters or just slept like a couple of hours, say, for studying or maybe working, I feel like hell.
Yeah.
I just feel like shaking. I just feel my heart racing, and it's like, oh, my body needs to rest. So it's so important. Yeah. What do you do, like, for you to
finally go to sleep?
Yeah, or to feel rested? Like, do you feel like you do something to compensate that you haven't had?
That's a really good question, and I feel like, wow, thanks for the challenge. But yeah, like I do meditations before bed, so that helps, I guess, with what we're talking about, mental health. I do meditations before bed. Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes I'll have to do a prayer before bed.
Oh, that's nice.
But yeah, and that is a form of meditation for me. Or I'll have to do like binaural beats. You heard of that?
I think so. What is it?
Like these, like, they're these vibes. They're at a certain, they're hit at a certain frequency. And certain tones, and they're supposed to help with, like, body stimulation and body relaxation and mind stimulation and body relaxation. You just kind of put them on in the background as just kind of like elevator noise or something. They're really helpful. Be in a position of gratitude. Like, I have to think about the day and what I'm grateful for that day, and
to convince yourself that you're done okay, you're done right. You can
go to sleep.
Oh God.
Yeah. Like okay, you know, that happened and this happened and that happened to you and this is great and blah blah blah, and they're, you know, and I realize, like, how great life is. It's not to say, like, it's not that I'm thinking necessarily negatively. It's just that I think I have sometimes an overwhelming pressure that feels like there's so much to do, and there's so much I haven't finished doing, and because of it, I feel a little bit guilty. There are other people who have it worse off than me, but I will say that I was definitely one of them who suffered from insomnia for a long period of my life. So, it's gotten better now, but I tend to think that it was also external factors that probably contributed to my insomnia, So, but I guess that's how I sort of deal with it.
You have given everyone like a good list of advice on how to deal with insomnia, and you have to put your mind
at ease, right?
At ease now. Yeah, that's cool. There's so many things that these times they cause us to be restless. For example, the news. You just open any news channel or you see Facebook. Sadly, Facebook is not only it has become the way we see the world, and you're bombarded by all these news or these editorial pieces that says this is the way we have to think, or this is our opinion and you have to elaborate your opinion about that, and so many things. So I think one good thing that I keep reading, being advised that to keep your mental health is to dosify the way that you consume news in these times. Just the first thing they say, do not start your day on Facebook. Wow, do not start your day. And that is so true. I remember when it was mid-March, when everything was about to explode. It was the first thing I remember waking up and saying, let's see how the world is screwed over today. Open Facebook and just see this long list of bad news. And then I realized after my second week of doing that, it was this is not healthy. The world is on fire, but you have to make time for this and say okay, after 3 minutes in the middle of the day, that's it. You cannot keep absorbing.
I'm so guilty of that. I'll wake up and it's like you're attached, you're addicted, you're controlled by social media, by your phone. I'll wake up to intentionally to a meditation or something, and I'll just get 1,000 notifications, WhatsApp, Facebook, all this. So I'm just I'm to the point I might have to delete all this crap. I might have to delete, because it's just I'm just inundated with information and with news, and it's really unhealthy.
Yeah, and the thing is that you cannot miss out, because for some reason you are chilling there, so you don't know what just happened with this and that, and you're I don't know. You should know. Everyone knows about everything, and the thing is that it is impossible to keep up.
There's so much happening, and it's sometimes I wonder if all this information, if the internet was actually a good thing, because we were living our lives pretty ignorantly before the internet.
Yeah.
We read the newspaper. Do you remember what that was like?
Oh God, waiting for the newspapers,
a good. But it was kind of exciting to get the newspaper, to read the news, and be oh shit, look, okay, that's happening. Oh wow, that's happening. And then you could close the newspaper.
And that's it.
And that's it.
And that's it.
Throw away the newspaper, and that's it.
And now you have, if you want to keep yourself informed, I have to follow 3 or 4 newspapers, and there's one story, and they will have 3 or 4 posts each on that story, and different perspectives and
different information,
exactly. And if you start reading the comments on each of them, it's the worst. It's
it's horrible, because it definitely shows you the state of the world.
Yeah, it is this is too much, and it is and you have to know what's going on. That's the worst part.
Yeah, you do. So it's like, how do you preserve and protect your mental health? How do you preserve your mental stability, but still be abreast? But still, so breast is a terrible word. I know I shouldn't probably be using that. I should know better. But still be current, still be on top of things, still be on the cutting edge. No, still be, you know, available, still be present, still be part of the world, you know?
I will say, choose your news outlets wisely, like really wisely. And even though, if you want to follow so many things, I would recommend, that is something that I should do actually, mute them. So when you want to know what is this outlet going on about, I will intentionally
go to them.
Just like a magazine. It's not like here in your face. It's just like, it's better go intentionally and say, okay, I want to read the newspaper. I want to read the Sydney Morning Herald. I don't want to know the news everywhere. I just want to know what's going on with my friend, like on Facebook, for example. So, okay, mute it, and then go and read what happened.
That's good.
Yeah, because it's way too much. Is that one thing? Are they over creating news just to keep people engaged?
I think so.
They are. Like, okay, I didn't know that when we were looking about the marketing for the podcast and all that, we read something that says, okay, if you have to you want to keep engaged your public, your audience, you have to do God knows how many posts per day. It is impossible to do something original and have 100 posts per day. It is impossible. So they're creating all these things. They are twisting and making it a little bit different, taking it in different perspectives just to produce content. And it's, honestly, I will say, it's a content diarrhea. It is not created for just one person to absorb it. It is created to statistically reach this amount of people, this amount of audience. So if you are online on Facebook all the time, you're just going to receive it. You're just going to receive it.
You're totally right. They are purposely inundating us, and also our friends are inundating us because we're posting, and I'm guilty of it too. I post this shit 24/7. What's going on, and that is hard. I think you're entirely right. So I feel like we've said a couple of things. You know, limit the time that we spend on social media or viewing the news, having a routine, finding ways that you can unwind or do sort of mindless things, including things like masks, making a mask for yourself. You know, we said, we didn't mention this, but, you know, taking a walk, listening to...
Oh, that's so important.
So important.
Oh, God.
Physical activity of any kind, so important. Taking a walk, going outside, not eating with your phone. Like not having the phone when you're eating, because it causes so much excitement in your body that digesting the food is like so hard. I try not to have the television on when we eat, but I get so addicted now to watching The Voice.
The Voice.
You know?
But you know, that feels old-fashioned now, and it feels so wholesome when you guys turn on the TV.
I feel 100 years old.
It feels like a family activity. Actually, it feels like a family activity, but because like you guys are watching it, and we walk by, and we start chatting and judging people, so...
It's fun, huh?
Yeah, watching TV is good.
Watching TV is good, but too much TV is also terrible, right? Think about things. I enjoy watching what I call mindless TV, but trash TV. I enjoy watching shit like...
It's good.
It's good,
It's good. It's necessary. Like
it's so good. I loved, you know, all those shows. Kim Kardashian, the what do you call it? Keeping Up with the Kardashians and the Paris Hilton lives, and I loved all that shit, and I loved all that stuff because I didn't have to think. I didn't have to think, and I don't care what anyone says. I know that it's not necessarily, you know, there's nothing academic about it. It's nothing
not a
really
documentary about kids and God knows where and blah blah. Yeah,
but I get enough of that. I get enough of that every day.
Yeah.
Every day. And it's tiring sometimes. And I think that that's okay. You know, creating stuff like journaling, free flow thought, you know, just whatever you're thinking. It's sort of this like creation thing, which is really cool. And I think propels you into doing something afterwards, you know, after you journal. You're usually, you know,
you have clarity.
That's it. You have clarity. And when you have clarity, it's much easier to move forward with things, you know, even if you don't have them established. Anything else with how to protect? I love the routine thing. And I love what you said about limiting social media and news information stuff.
Oh, reading, decorating the house, you know, like...
Decorating.
Or moving things, like, you know, something...
Reorganizing,
you know, some menial tasks that in this time and date, we should appreciate them. Yeah, like, you know, doing laundry. Oh, yeah, laundry. Yeah, hanging clothes.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about a big one. Spending time with your partner. If you have a husband, a boyfriend, whatever it is, a girlfriend, whatever. Spending time with, like, literally spending time with them is so good. And I tend not to do that. Like, I will be with my husband, I'll be with Kirk and be on my phone. Or like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like, be with him and watch TV. Be with him and watch a movie.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of times we don't spend enough time just being with each other.
Yeah, you're not talking and planning or doing something together.
Having sex. You know what I mean? Like, all that stuff is so important. It's so important, and it's so healthy. Sometimes for me, reading can be a little bit too stimulating. Like, there have been times, like, I have this great chiropractor who recommended a book for me, and it was, like, all about, like, transforming your life. And I got so juiced by it. I'd read it before bed, and I'd get so excited by it that I just couldn't fall asleep.
You want to start doing
Exactly. So,
learn that language. Download an app.
Paint.
Like, you know.
Cook something. Bake.
Even YouTube. Try and find something that you are interested about, and it's going to be there. God, it's going to be there. Like, YouTube is so amazing in that regard, to have so much content.
Yeah.
And you can learn, like, if you feel like watching something, like,
yeah. Oh my God, that reminds me. Sometimes you don't know what to do. You're giving, like, just like we've done right now, we've given so many options on how to preserve and how to maintain emotional stability, mental stability. But sometimes you don't know what to do, and you end up doing nothing.
Oh, yeah.
That sometimes is a form of self-care, but it's also sometimes a form of sabotage and can lead to other things like depression, anxiety, all that stuff. So sometimes I have to give myself a countdown to do something. Whether that's just to get up, stand up, shake myself out. I have to give myself a literal countdown, like a...
You're going to do it.
Yes, right now. You know? And I literally count from 5 in my mind. 5, 4, 3, 2.
That's excellent. You have to make...
To just do it. You know, to just do it. Because sometimes...
You just have to parent yourself. Like, you know, you have to do it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Do something and have fun while you're doing it.
Yeah. And also, if you feel that this is too overwhelming, it's also good and allow to find therapy. To find therapy. Like, these are trying times, and if you feel that this is too much, or this is, like, you know, getting out of your hands, it's good to find someone to talk, maybe at your church, or maybe an older person, a friend, or
or a therapist. There's no shame in that. Thanks for listening. We want to know what you think.
Send us your comments and follow us on Twitter and Facebook
at #WannaCoffeePod.